same project. It will just show up over here. Or then, like after that, each of the steps I'm explaining, just pay attention. After installing Git, you just have to go into GitHub, create your account. Okay, create your account, it's up to you. Okay, log in, do all that stuff. Yeah, repo is similar to folder, but can you go back to the beginning of your folder? No, but repo is a little ahead of that aspect. Okay, that's the only advantage over here. And then I'm not going to add any readme files. Okay, what exactly is a readme? Okay, what exactly is a readme? So suppose if I invite you all into this repository and then you also start working along with me, right? Because I have created this repository, I have to make sure that if you are coming into this project, you need to understand what exactly this project or what exactly this repository is about, right? It should allow me elaborate on what exactly this project is all about. And then coming into the last part over here, git ignore. Okay, git ignore. So what exactly does .git ignore do over here? So every single project that we have over here, right? Every single project that we have over here. Okay, it will ignore some files. Why it will ignore some files? Because some things inside your project, they will never change. Okay, some things inside your project they will never change. They will always remain same no matter what. How many times you like environment variables, the names of the developers, if at all some variable names, they will always remain same, right? They will always remain same. But such things, if Git start tracking, it will remain stuck. So we add such things inside a Git ignore file. Okay, inside our Git ignore file, so that what happens is Git knows that I don't have to track these things, other things only I need to track. Okay, other things only I need to track. And then finally for licenses, okay, the licenses. I have some over here, I have some licenses over here. But what is the purpose of licenses over here, right? Right, what is the purpose of licenses over here? Okay, if my voice is not clear, you can just rejoin once, okay? Like I think my voice is pretty clear. I have a good network today. So the licenses part over here, we were talking about that. What exactly is license over here? Right, we all have licenses, right? Driving licenses. It's like it gives us the permit to drive vehicles. Yes, exactly. It explains how others can use your code. It explains how exactly others can use your code. But different kinds of licenses have different purposes. Okay, and then inside the repository, you can just make one particular thing have license, other thing can be easily available. Every single thing allowed to license. But license is more like having a formatting in convention. Okay, having a format convention over here. It's like a scenario where it's like you creating a repository, pushing your code over there, and making sure that it is according to some particular rules. Okay, it is abiding by some particular rules which are important to create a repository. Right, so that is one method of licensing that you might be going through. Okay, it's the MIT license that you might be going through when you actually start with repositories and stuff in your internship. So MIT license will come into picture. Okay, MIT licenses will come into picture. So I'm just using a MIT license. It's like it's a convention of how exactly a repository should be. What is the use case? How others will use it? All that stuff. Okay, all this. Okay, just create a repository. I'll just create a git ignore file as well. So I'll just say I want to create a C++ git ignore file, right? I'll just create one. So you might, okay, you can go through the file, it's already present over here. Okay, license file is there, you can just go through. Okay. is like applying a conditions on your code. Okay, it's just like applying a condition on your code. Who can use it? How they can use it? What are the things they have to keep in mind before they actually use this repository? Okay, that is what license is all about. We can use it for commercial. Someone else can modify my code. I can use this to distribute based on a particular format. I can use it privately for one particular purpose as well. So all that I can do. But this is not liable. Okay, this does not mean that if I am using a license does not mean that I will always own my code. Okay, this does not mean that I will always own my code. Okay, it's the MIT license is a basic thing, transactional over here. And then we were talking about git ignore file. I use the C++ git ignore file. Right, I'll just check through all that as well. So the objects, the libraries and all that stuff, whichever is not needed, there it's already pre-added. If at all anything extra is needed, we can add it over here. Okay, we can just add it over here. Yeah, sometimes if they ask it, we have to go through it. Okay, we have to go through the licensing part as well. Okay, we have to go through the licensing part. Now let's actually play with some Git. Okay, let's actually play with Git. So first part of our like there are 3-4 parts in our session. So one part of it is done now. Okay, one part of it is done. So let's go into the other ones. Okay, next ones now. So I did just randomly I put C++ ignore. Okay, not necessarily it has to be okay. It has to be any kind of relational. Okay, one last time I'll explain the license part and then we'll go ahead. Better I'll explain it this way. So this is a license thing, like it defines actually how other people can use your code. Okay, who can, like, if they are going to use, what are the things that they have to keep in mind, right? Yeah, exactly. API keys, environment variables, all that stuff. Okay. Let's go forward. I'll just close because I cannot do anything over here other than this. I'll just close this. Let me just create a folder first. Okay, here I'll just create a folder first. Because we want to we want to actually learn, it's up to you. You can use a JSON git ignore, it's the most popular one. Okay, you can use a JSON git ignore one, it's the most popular one. It's up to you accordingly. So here, the notepad that we were using from yesterday, I'll just save this. So readme is like your Instagram bio. License is like whatever you pay to get that blue tick. Right? That's the difference between them. Okay. That's the main difference between them. So on my desktop I have a folder named as new folder, right? Which is the one. What is the name of that folder? Just new folder. In this folder, I'll just save this file. Okay, and then I'll just save the text file as intern demo. Okay, I'll just save the text file as intern. So in this particular folder, you can see now in this particular folder, I have our own notepad. Okay, the notepad that we were using from yesterday, I have it with me. Okay, I have it with me. So now, just like I created a repository in GitHub, I'll just get my Azure rep ready as well. Okay, I'll just get my Azure ready. So just 1 or 2 minutes, we'll be able to complete that. So here Azure is like a complete bundle for DevOps. Okay? Here we can do all the things that we need. Here we can do all the things that we need. Like, let's say I'll just pick one of my older organizations. So here one organization can hold like 70 or 80 projects. Okay, can hold like 70 or 80 projects. So I'll just create one new project over here for our demo purpose. Okay, I'll just intern demo here as well. See over here, I'm going to push code through Git, and then we have learned Agile yesterday. So let me make the process as Agile over here. Right, fine. Okay. Yeah, Azure DevOps is also free. You can use it. Okay. Only the Azure Resource Manager on cloud is paid. Azure is also free. You can use it. Okay. Now here, no, hosting is not free. Hosting is not free. GitHub pages also after some time it automatically expires. So okay, let's come back over here. Okay, let's come back. I know you have a lot of questions. Some of them will try to answer. So it is empty. I have created an empty repository just like there. Okay, here also we can add a readme, git ignore, initialize, all that we can do. Okay, all that we can do. Now let me go back to this page. Okay, let me just go back to this page. Here I have saved my notepad. Okay, here I have saved my notepad. So what I'll do is, I'll just right click in this folder, get into show more options, or better I've just opened this here, right? I'll just open this in VS Code so that we can all get through this together. Yeah. I'm gonna do the same thing that you are expecting, right? I'm gonna connect this repository to local. Don't worry, it's automatically, it will charge, don't worry. Like no purpose, okay, on Infosys machine, I'm not able to use public Git to explain you all, okay, that's the reason I'm using this. I'm using Azure repos, that's the only reason. Infosys has access to Azure repos, that's the reason. Nothing much, okay, everything else is same. Whatever I'm going to do with Git is same. Nothing is going to change. Okay, here I have this notepad. We have written some things over here, right? I have this notepad. Then again, I'll open a terminal over here. Because why I'm showing it in this thing is, because when you're writing code, you might use the same like VS Code, Eclipse, based on your purpose. Azure DevOps, that convention is free, whereas other things. Okay, whereas other things, I'll just open a Git Bash PowerShell, Git Bash over here. Okay, there will be something called as Git Bash. I'll just open that thing. I do like Linux, but let's get started with Git Bash. Yeah, this is more important. Okay, so GitHub and GitHub is a place where you host your code. GitLab is a place where you actually build your projects in real time. So there will be things like when your apps are ready and you want people to actually look your app and you want to make your app live in real time. That is when GitLab comes into picture. If you want to just host your app, store it somewhere, then GitHub comes into picture. Okay, then that's the difference between them. Okay, that's the difference between them. Yeah, it will open up, okay, don't worry. Because of this thing, okay, just some things are active, okay, I just have to remove them. I'm doing it, okay, I'm just gonna do it again. Don't worry about it. We'll do it together. So we'll understand till pull request, merge conflicts, all that we'll do. No, Git and GitLab are two different things. Okay, Git and GitLab are two different things. They are not same. So Bash is not opening, I think. Don't worry, okay, no worries. It's taking some time, let it take some time. Yeah, it was a requirement back then. So I'll just do the push part over here itself. Okay, I'll just do the push part over here itself in the folder. Okay, here in this folder. I'll just directly open Git Bash over here. Okay, I'll just directly open Git Bash over here. Okay, it's already here, no need to worry. So if other person has a phone and I don't have a phone, how will I talk to the other person? So first, I'll just create a local Git repository over here. Okay, I'll just create a local Git repository over here. This much space we don't need, right? So I'll just say git init. We can use, it's up to you. We can use git desktop as well. Okay, git init. So I will create a local repository of my own and then I'll use it accordingly. I'll just create a new local repository over here. So the name of that repository is master. Okay, the name of that repository is master. In this folder, you can see .git folder got added automatically. Okay, .git folder got added automatically. This I don't need. We'll just use this. Then, okay, as you say, let me add git add. So what's the other way to do git add? Okay, what's the other way to do it? So either I can mention the name of the file or I can just mention a full stop. So that what happens is it will automatically pick up everything that is present inside this folder. Okay, git add does this thing. Yeah. Then I made some changes, right? Now I have added an entire new file into this folder. Right? Whenever you make some changes inside your any file, okay, whenever you make changes in your file, you just save it, right? Okay, you just save it so that you'll remember at this time I have saved it. Just like here, whenever we make a change or whenever we want to save the change. Okay, whenever we want to save the change. In such a scenario, we have to in Git, we have to commit. So because this is my first commit, I'll just say initial commit. So this is my first commit, so I'll just say initial commit. Okay. So now my parcel is ready. Okay, now my parcel is ready. So I've brought a box named as master, added the file into it, packed the thing, everything is ready. Okay, everything is ready. Now I'm gonna push it. Okay, I don't need to come back. I already have some commands over here. So I like from where I need to push. For that purpose, I'm gonna add the command called as git remote add origin. Okay, git remote add origin. So this is like I'm writing the parcel. Okay, I'm writing the address on the parcel. Where exactly I'm gonna push this thing? Okay, where exactly I'm gonna push this thing? Just this. Okay, I'm just gonna execute this. Okay, I'm just gonna execute this. Now I want to push this intern demo into my remote repository. So I'll just say git push as the current user, and I want to use everything. Okay, and I want to push everything that I've done till now. Okay, I just added one line in this file. Okay, that's the only thing I did. I'll just add this thing. So from yesterday to today, we have written all these 4 lines, right? This is a new change over here. Right? That's the change that I've done. So I'll just say git push original. It's like I'm trying to send a message using a message module. That is what -m means. Okay, that is what -m means. It's a message thing. It will take 1 or 2 minutes. Let it happen on its own. So it needs to know why. So, and you means that this the current user who is using Git is pushing Git. Okay, that is what it means. Okay, that is what it means. So it is done. Okay, it is done. Yeah, you can update it. It's up to you. Okay, it's done. So if I come back over here and then just refresh this page, so you can see our file is pushed over here. Okay, our file is pushed over here. And then I strictly discourage you people from sharing your Git IDs or whatever code you write on public portals. It's quite unnecessary unless and until you want to publish some code directly somewhere. Okay, I'll show you the branch part as well. Unless and until it's not a good practice to share everything everywhere. Now we have pushed something. Okay, we have pushed something, and then here. Okay, here in the we have 44 lines. You all can observe this. Okay, here we have 44 lines. Okay, and then here, if I just open this file, here also I have 44 lines. Okay, let me just make some changes over here. So I'll just say, first thing let's just discuss some Git commands. I'll just write something over here. You have to sign in with your Microsoft account. Just create a Microsoft account, that's it. Okay, that's it, that's the whole thing. Then I'll write git init. Okay, just use git init. Not interactions. Where I take this thing. Then creation of new local repository. Okay, that is what this does, right? Okay, I'll just commit this change just like we did over there. I'll just commit this change now. Okay, yes, some of them are same. Yes, some of them are same. So I'll just commit this. I've saved the change again. So now I have like 48 lines. Okay, I have like 48 lines over here. Here if you see, I still have 44 lines. Okay, I still have 44 lines. Okay, I still have 44 lines. So what I'll do is I'll just say git pull. So that this way, like in this place as well, I'll have 48 lines of the entire code. Okay, 48 lines of the entire code. So that is what I do. Right, automatically new lines get added and they will get highlighted. Right, they will get highlighted. So this is the advantage of using Git. Okay, this is the advantage of using Git. So now we know that what's the difference between push and pull. So push is like you are sending something from local to remote, and pull, okay, we are pulling it from here itself. We are pulling it from Azure repository. It will work even if you just create 2 folders and add 2 repositories inside those folders, it will still work. Okay, but the industry doesn't work that way, right? It's very, very important that you learn something that is remote as well. Yeah, it will work. Okay, yeah, it will work. You can just log into this. I'll just share you one more link. dev.azure.com. You just get into this thing. Now I'll just do one more commit over here. Okay, let me just add one more line over here. I'll just say git add files to the newly created repository. Add files to the newly created repository. And I'll just commit again. Okay, I'll just commit again. Nothing much. Okay, nothing much. I don't want a pull request. Again, this time you can see it is not git add is not yet reflecting over here. But what I'll do is I'll just say git fetch. Okay, you can see the commits that we have done till now. Okay, you all can see the commits that we have done till now. The latest commit is 79C03T03. Okay, this is the latest commit that we have. Okay, instead of pulling it, this time I'll just say fetch. Okay, this time I will just say fetch. So why fetch is needed in the first place? While it executes, I'll let you know. It's like sometimes you just pull things that are not needed, okay? So just to make sure you're pulling the correct item from the remote repository, for that reason, okay, for that reason we are using git fetch. Okay, just to make sure that you are able to pull the correct item from the remote repository, for that reason we are using git fetch. So now that I know that it's the same 179C0303D0, so then now that I know it is correct, I'll just pull the correct chain that I need. Okay, I'll just pull the correct chain that I need. See, again the second line automatically appears. No need to worry about it. Right? This is about push, pull and fetch. Okay, this is about push, pull and fetch. Now the next step is, okay, let's create, okay, because master, there is always this saying that we always store our original version of the code inside our master branch. Okay, we always store our original version of the code inside our master branch. Okay, inside our master branch. But if we want to test something, if we want to experiment something on the current repository, we should never do it on master, right? All the important code in master will get lost, right? So the main difference between fetch and pull is fetch will fetch and tell you that this is a change that has happened, but it will not reflect in your file. Okay, pull will automatically pull and fetch and reflect in your file. Okay, that's the difference between them. Okay, that's the difference between them. Suppose you have a robot. Okay, you have a robot and then you have a table and then a book rack. Okay, so the scenario is like this. The robot name is Git. Okay, the robot's name is Git. So if you say git fetch, okay, the basic idea you want to do is you just want to put your books on the book rack, right? You just say git fetch. What happens is your robot will go in front of that book rack and stand in front of it. It will hold all the books and stand in front of it. Okay, it will just say that these are all the books I have picked up right now. But if you say git pull, it will take up all the books, arrange them in your book rack, okay, and update it in the system. That is the difference between git fetch and git pull. So if I just create a new branch, okay, locally, it is master. If I create a new branch on my remote repository like GitHub, it is main. Okay, that's the main difference between them again. That's the difference between them. Quick, easier. Okay, that's the difference between them. So the difference between, again, I'll just let you know, the difference between main and master is, if I just create something using git init, it will always be master. Okay, by default it will always be master. If I directly create it on GitHub, just like I did in my GitHub account, then it will be called as main. Okay, then it will be called as main. That's the by default. GitHub is set up that way. Okay, GitHub is set up that way. Now let's get into branching. Okay, if I want to experiment on my master branch, I should okay, robot example you want to learn. Okay, so if you have a robot named as Git, okay, and then there are some books on your table, then you have a bookshelf present in your room. Okay, if you ask the table to git fetch, okay, it will go pick up all the books and go and stand in front of that book rack. It will say these were all the books that you told me to pick up. I have brought them over here. Okay, it doesn't know where to arrange those books. But if you say git pull, then the machine will automatically know where to arrange those books correctly. Okay, then the machine will automatically know where to arrange those books correctly. It will automatically arrange those books. Okay, that's the difference that I was talking about. Push and that's the difference between I was talking about pull and fetch. Okay, that's the difference I was talking about. Pull and fetch. So I want to create a copy of master. Okay, I have to create a copy of my master. So I'll create a new branch named as B1. It's just git branch B1. Okay, it's just git branch B1. That is what I want to do. If you want to copy the entire thing, then you can just that you can just use clone to someplace else. Right, that's the one. So when you don't know what you are pulling correctly, then it's better to fetch first and check it if it is correct or not. If you are sure what you are pulling, then it's better to directly get it to pull. Okay. Now I'll just create a copy of master. Okay, I just want to create a copy of master. So I'll just create something called as git branch b1. Then I'll just, instead of master appearing over here, I want b1 to appear over here. Okay, I want b1 to appear. So I'll just say git checkout b1. So this is a new repository. So this b1 should also understand. Okay, b1 should also understand the file that is present over here, or b1 should also have the file that is present over here. So I'll just add the file that is present over here. So git status will list all the things that we have done, or what is the current status of my repository. So there are no changes to be committed, only one file added, right? Just like this, it will show that, right? So then I'll just say again I'll commit in the new branch. In the new branch also I'll save the file. Okay, I'll just say second branch. In the new branch also I'll just save the file. Let's add something. Third is git commit. It's initial commit, right? That is what we did. Okay, initial commit, right? That is what we did. Okay. Okay, stages and save the changes. Okay, that is what it does. Then again I have to use git add, I think. Sometimes it just throws that error. Okay, I just don't want it to happen. The purpose is to have different versions of your code always ready. Okay, the purpose is to always have different versions of your code always ready. Because if one of them fails, okay, if one of them fails, what will you do? You should always have a backup, right? That's the reason. Okay, that's the reason. Now, now that's the thing. Now here in my Azure repo, you can see that there is only master available. B1 is not. Okay, B1 is not showing up. I'll merge branches. Don't worry. Wait. Okay, I'll just merge branches. Now I want to push this branch as well. So again, I'll use the same command. All push command. Okay, all push command. Again, I'll use the same thing. Right? Now it is getting pushed. If I just refresh this page, okay, if I just refresh this page, you see B1 automatically appeared. Okay, B1 automatically appeared, and I have B1 branch as well. Okay, I have B1 branch as well. So you can see in master now we have 49 lines, and then in B1 we have 50 lines. Okay, and then in master we have 49 lines, and then in B1 we have 50 lines. Now we want to merge both the branches. Okay, we want to merge both the branches. So it's like, let's understand a scenario where one developer has pushed some changes, the other developer also has pushed some changes. Both the changes are different. Yeah, both the changes are different. Now I want to merge both of those changes into one single repository. Okay, into one single repository. So if you are going to do it on your GitHub account, then you can just do it using pull requests. Okay, you can just do it using pull requests. So I'll just create a new pull request. Okay. So you can, some of you can add some reviewers to review your code, so that people will actually review your code, test whether it is correct or not, right? Then I'll just create a pull request. There are no merge conflicts, you see, there are no merge conflicts. I'll show you all what merge conflict, how exactly it works, okay? I'll actually create a merge conflict next. Then I'll just complete my pull request. Okay, then I'll just complete my pull request. So it is done. So in the files, you can see that in the commits, you can see that the structure got changed over here. We had 2 branches. We are again back at a single branch. Okay, we are again back at single branch, and then here you can see again it is 50 lines. Okay, again it is 50 lines. Okay, again it is 50 lines. So locally, if you want to do merge, I'm explaining, just watch the screen, okay? Locally, if you want to merge, locally if you want to merge again, you can just say git merge b1. So because here in b1 also there are 50 lines, and then master also there are 50 lines. So just execute git merge b1. It's already up to date, nothing changed. Okay, it's already up to date, nothing changed. So what will I do now? So I'll just go back to my master. I'm showing about master, just wait for 1 minute. Okay, I'm showing about merge, just wait for 1 minute. See? Okay, now you can see the 50th line is not showing up. Okay, 50th line is not showing up over here. So I'll just say git merge b1. 50th line automatically shows. See, this is what I was talking about. This is how we can merge it, okay? This is how we can merge it, okay? This is what I was talking about. Okay, this is the merge that I was talking about. Then, let's just pull something again. Okay, let's just pull something. So let me show you in Azure as well. Let's create one more pull request. I'll just do one thing about pushing. Everything is done now. Now here, if I just refresh this page, see again I brought back B1. Okay, again I brought back B1. Now here, in master and B1 both have 50 lines of code. Okay, in B1 what I will do is, I'll just add one more thing. Okay, I'll just add one more thing. Next is git remote, add origin. Okay, add origin, and then remote repository URL we need to add. Okay, connect to a remote repository, that is what it is. Connect to a remote repository. Okay, I'll just commit this again. Okay, I'll just commit this again. Then now you can see that this one has 51 lines of code and master has 50 lines of code. I'll just create another pull request over here. So if you remember, if you want to always merge something on your repository, it should always happen through pull request. Okay, it should always happen through pull requests. So no merge conflicts, I'll just merge this, that's it. Don't worry, I'll just share it with Vinay sir. Vinay sir will share it with you, okay? Don't worry about it. This is about pull requests, okay? This is about pull requests. And then like you were asking about how well multiple people work together in the Git, right? That is one thing. This is what version is about, okay? I'll talk about version control. Give me 1 minute, okay? Let's say I have this repository today I created. Okay, this is the one that I've created. Now you can just invite new people to work with you in this repository. Just go into collaborators. Okay, go into collaborators and add new people over here. Okay, you can just invite new people over here. That is how you add new people to you work with them. Okay, that is how you add new people to work with them. So deploy and all, it's not required over here. It's not required. You can just go, like if you scroll down the same screen, it will automatically get deleted. Now I'll show you one thing over here, everyone. I'll just say git pull everything. Okay, I'll just show you a git graph over here. Okay, I'll just show you a git graph. So that what happens now is I just want to show you all one last thing. It's not compulsory to use Azure, okay? I am not able to use GitHub, that's why I'm using Azure. So this is my git graph. I don't want to show remote branches. I want to show all things. Now do you all agree that each commit that I did, okay, each commit that I did is a version of my code? Do you all agree that? So if I show you in the commits, every single time I did something, each of these is a new version of my code. Okay, each of these is a new version of my code. Do you all agree? If you want to have git graph, just download an extension of the extension git graph from here. Okay, that's it. There is an extension named as git graph. That's it. Not necessary, okay? It's up to you. You can use anything that you want. Let me just check if there are... Okay, here I have a git graph, okay? This is what I was talking about, git graph thing. You see the same structure that is present over there is present over here. Now, do you all agree that this is all of these commits that I have done are all different versions of the code, right? So now what if I want to go back to this previous version? These are all like what if I want to go back to this previous version that I want to have now, right now? What if? Like how do I get back? How do I restore it? So these are all the apples or cherries that I have. Okay, now I'm going to switch to this particular version now. Okay, I'm going to switch to this particular version now. So I'll just select this. I'll just right click and then cherry pick over here. So the moment I said cherry pick, what happened is, you see, there are merge conflicts over here. Okay, there are some merge conflicts over here. Okay, there are some merge conflict over here. Why? Because it's like two developers trying to update the same thing. Right? This is merge conflict. So you can see over here, in one place only 49 lines are there. In the other place there are 51 lines. So now in such a scenario, what we have to do? Okay, if you want to use command, you can just say git log and then use a one-line flag. Okay, it will show you all the show you everything in the git graph thing. Okay, that is what it is doing. Now this is a conflict. Okay, now this is a conflict because the current version is already saved. I am trying to overwrite the current version with a new version. Okay, I am trying to overwrite the current version with the new version. That's why it's failing. Okay, that's why it's failing. So I want the older version. So I'll just select the older version. And then I'll complete my merge. And then I'll commit that merge as well. Now see, I have 49 lines again. Okay, now see, I have 49 lines again. I can even sync the changes. Now the extension that you all are talking about, I'll just show you all. Okay, all the Git extensions I'll just show you all. So there is Git history, Git code spaces, Git repositories and Git pull requests. These are all the things. All the things that have the tick of GitHub, you can just download them. Okay, you can just download them. That's all. Okay, that's all. Okay everyone, that's it from my end for today. I hope you all have understood Git. Okay, I hope you all have understood Git. Okay, you can test. You have to use a framework. You have to use a testing framework for your code, whatever code you want to write. You can use a testing framework for that particular code, and then add it in your GitHub Actions thing. Okay, and then one last thing I'll just show you all. So once you want, if you want to automate something or if you want to put something in your GitHub account, right, once you add it over here, so then you can just automate like this. Go into actions. See, you can automate deployment and all. You can just do by writing scripts over here. So I've done this thing. Okay, I've done this thing. You can delete the repository by just going into settings and scroll to the bottom of that page. You can just delete this repository over here. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, so that's it everyone. Okay, have a good day, happy weekend, and then maybe we'll meet again in future sessions. Thank you. So sir, we are done with today's content.
Thank you very much for a very informative session. I hope all the interns will highly benefit out of this session because they will be using Git repository for uploading the project artifacts. Thank you participants for joining and being part of this event. So regarding the upcoming activities, you have been allotted a project and the mentor will send you a mail before Monday. Okay, that is the 10th of November. And consecutive days, the meetings will start with your mentors. So you may start getting mails from tomorrow. So do not worry if you don't receive it tomorrow, Friday or Saturday. Before Monday, you will definitely receive a mail. Okay. So please look out for mails in your junk and spam folders also, because sometimes the mails get landed on your spam and junk folders. Okay. In case you do not receive any communication from the mentor, say up to 13th of November, you can email to support ID saying that you did not receive a mail. Before that, please check all your junk folders and your email very regularly. Definitely the mail will be sent to all of you. All the other requirements like project title, project meeting link, timings, everything will be emailed to you by your mentor, as I told before, Monday, 10th of November. Okay. So that's it from our end. All the best to all of you, and we'll see you on the other side with the meetings. Thank you very much once again. Bye.